Hello, this is Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, today I'm really excited because I'm sharing with you the second meditation to activate your 12 DNA strands. And yeah, I'm really excited because this meditation just feels so good. It feels so good. It's amazing. I honestly did not want to come back from this meditation. I was on another plane, really, a multi-dimensional plane, I guess. And as I told you in the last meditation, which to activate the DNA strands, and I'll put the link to that meditation up here in case you haven't done it yet, I've really noticed some fundamental changes within the infrastructure of my being. I'm noticing some shifts and heightened states of awareness and perceptions and insights coming to me, and I'm seeing more. And this meditation was really cool as well because it works with the pineal gland energy center, and I immediately noticed that I had activated my pineal gland at the same time, basically. So that was pretty exciting. So this is the second DNA strand activation, and if you haven't done the first one first, I strongly recommend you go and do it, because this one is working on the back of the first one. In the first one we activated the strands, and in this one we are doing more of an activation which allows the strands to begin to spark as a communication neural network, if you like, that taps into the cosmos. So what we're doing is we're sparking up the strands so that they can communicate with one another better, and in that communicate with the DNA which is within the whole of the multiverse and the cosmos, basically, because we are the microcosm of the all that is. And as we access and spark up the communication system within us, our inherent multidimensionality, which is expressing itself through those strands, which is allowing us to access our truth through those strands, we begin to access higher dimensions, other realities, information from the cosmos and the multiverse. So this is really about enlivening those strands to become better, sparkier communication networks, if you like, within the web of the whole. So this is how the meditation is going to go. I am going to connect you to the earth and stellar stars, and I'm going to begin by connecting you into the earth star. That's the 5D crystalline diamond heart of Gaia, and from that crystalline heart there are going to be the two interwoven threads of light that run through our central core that we experienced in the first DNA activation. And then they're going to run all the way through the quantum core processor of our being, all the way up into the stellar star, which is our sun. And then through that star, up and up and up and up into infinity to meet the source star. Now, I don't want to get too into what the source star is in detail because there's a lot to it, but for the purposes of this meditation and activation, I received information at the beginning of the lockdown. I received quite a lot of information around that time that we could align ourselves to energy centers that were outside of our bodies that tapped us into a more cosmic, multidimensional alignment, if you like. And one of those energy centers that I was shown was the source star. And so the source star basically really taps you into your infinite self, and it exists at a point, if you like, potentially the 0 point of your creation. So what we're doing when I connect you to the Earth star and the stellar stars is you are becoming intrinsically grounded into yourself as an earthling, at the same time as connecting into your multidimensionality at infinity. So it's a really beautiful architecture and illustration of the as above, so below aspect of our existence. So that's what I'm tapping you into. And then what we're going to do in this meditation is I'm going to get you to feel your way into those interwoven threads of light within your quantum core processor, and within those into the 12 strands of DNA that are within you. And obviously, if you've got to this meditation, you've already done the first activation, and you're potentially learning to feel those strands within you, and obviously they are changing as we work with activating them. And as I said, you can do these activations as many times as you wish. So what I'm getting you to do is to feel your way into those 12 strands and really tap into the consciousness of them within you. Connect into them and feel them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to feel all of the cells in our whole body, the trillions and trillions of cells that are within us, and within them the nucleus of all of those cells, and within the nucleus of all of those trillions of cells, the trillions and trillions of DNA strands that exist within our body. So what you're doing now is you're feeling into the consciousness of the trillions of those DNA strands and your 12 strands that run through the quantum core processor of your being. So remembering the microcosm, macrocosm aspect of everything, you know, those trillions of DNA strands are the microcosm of the 12 strand DNA that runs through your quantum core processor, which is the microcosm of the DNA strands that exist within the body of the multiverse, basically, in which we are all a part of. So you're feeling into all of the DNA strands. And then what I'm going to get you to do is to bring your awareness. You're going to keep a light awareness on the DNA strands. You're going to bring the rest of your awareness to your pineal gland energy center. And for the purposes of this meditation, it really doesn't matter whether you work with within the chakra Eastern tradition or within my Western endocrine energy center system. So it doesn't matter. You're finding the pineal gland energy center within your head. So the Eastern chakra one, it's somewhere towards the back of your neck and the back of your throat. And in the Western tradition that I work with, the pineal gland energy center is higher up. We're not working really with the pineal gland itself, it's the energy center. So wherever that is most comfortable for you to work with. So you're going to go into that energy center. And now what we're going to do is we're going to light up that energy center, that intuitive third eye center that intrinsically connects us to realms beyond this third dimension, with the light within our cells, remembering that we are beings of light. And this is such an empowering, sovereign experience, really, because we realize that within us we have everything we need to wake us up and activate and light up our DNA. So we're going to feel into the light within our cells. We are beings of light, our cells are full of light, and we're going to bring that light into that pineal gland energy center, and we're going to turn it on, switch it on and light it up. And for me, it was like the energy center was a light bulb, and it just got brighter and brighter and brighter until it was really, really bright. Okay. So now this intuitive, all-seeing aspect of yourself is lit up. Okay. And you know, the pineal gland energy center is representative of being able to communicate into other realms. And what we're doing now is we're communicating, or we're sparking up the neural network aspect of those 12 strands of DNA so that we can communicate into the knowingness of ourselves as multidimensional beings. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the light that we have created in that energy center, and we're going to bring it down to the 5D Earth star at Mother Earth Gaia. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run that light up the first strand of DNA through our central core, up in a spiral motion. So that light is sparking and lighting up that first strand, and it's going to go round and round and round and round that strand, up in a spiral motion, all the way up through the stellar star, up and up and up, and into the source star. And it's lighting and sparking it up as it goes. And I'm going to leave you for about a minute or so to really feel and see that lighting up of that DNA strand. And then I'm going to ask you to begin to bring the light down the second DNA strand in a spiral, sparking up that DNA strand. And in between, I'm going to get you to feel the strands lit up and communicating, okay? And then we're going to take that spark up, the third DNA strand in a spiral motion to spark it and light it up as the communicating network that it is, and so on and so forth, fourth, fifth, on and on till we've done all 12 DNA strands. And so now we've got 12 DNA strands that are sparked and communicating like a neural network within the quantum core processor of our being. And through that, we'll be able to communicate with more efficacy out into the multiverse. And then you're going to feel all of these 12 strands lit up, and then we're going to allow that light to inform the trillions of DNA strands within our body. And when that's done, I'm going to leave you in this completely multi-dimensional blissed out state by letting the music run, because I was just, I really didn't want to come back. I had to come back because I was running a class, but I'm not running a class with you. I'm going to let you just stay in that feeling state for as long as you wish, and let that light really spark you up. It feels absolutely amazing. You're going to really love this meditation, trust me. I'd really like to see your comments once you've done it. So leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. And that's it. Please do share this meditation if you have found it is beneficial for you. There has never been a better time on planet Earth to wake up our dormant DNA strands and step into our multidimensionality. So please help me and everyone really by sharing this information. And as you sort of step forward now, consciously, deliberately choosing to wake up into the truth of who you are going to be affecting everything that happens in your life, the people around you, and by the nature of who you are, the collective. We are a collective species. So it really is super important and very worthwhile you're doing this type of internal work. It assists all of us in our ascension process. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to ask you to sit up straight for this meditation if you can. You're going to take a big breath in and out, let go of all of this conversation, and close your eyes. And just feel that lovely velvety darkness as your eyelids close. And in the darkness, you're going to begin to follow your breath, turning your attention inwards. Elongating and slowing down the breath. And slowly but surely allowing every breath to take you more and more deeply inside yourself, into your internal infrastructure. Becoming more and more relaxed and more centered. Darkness, breath, attention. And we are now going to set our intention to spark up the network of our 12-strand DNA with our inner light and our pineal gland energy center. So you are now going to connect yourselves to the earth and stellar stars. So you're going to begin by dropping your awareness down and down into the center of the earth. Allow yourself to drop into the core, the crystalline diamond octahedron heart of Mother Earth Gaia. Feel the crystalline core at her center. This feminine geometry of white light. This grounding and maternal geometry of the heart of your first mother. And bringing your awareness to the tip of this white crystalline octahedron, you are going to see that rising from this tip are two interwoven threads of light, one gold and one white, that rise up through the layers of the earth, up and up, up and up, and arise out of the surface of the earth and meet the doorway of our perineum, and here enter this doorway and rise up through the central core of our being up and up through all of our main energy centers, up and up, and exiting our body at the crown of our head, and rising higher and higher up into the heavens, up and up, until it meets the stellar star, that golden, majestic source, that paternal consciousness that shines with unconditional love over us. And feel the two threads rising through and up and out of the stellar star, higher and higher, up and up into the cosmos, higher and higher, rising ever upwards until they meet at infinity the source star. So feel now the above and the below. The earth and infinity. And feel these interwoven genetic strands through your central core, a part of and one with the quantum core processor of your being. And as you connect into these central strands, allow yourself to perceive that there are 12 DNA strands that rise through your central core from Earth to infinity. Tap into their consciousness. Feel their position in relation to one another. Their color, their size, their texture, their vibration and motion. Allowing these 12 strands to come into a sharper focus for you. And notice what happens within your body as you tap into the consciousness of these 12 strands. How does your body respond in awareness to their presence? How do you feel as you align yourself to seeing them within you? Let your body show you its relationship to these 12 strands of DNA that run from Earth to infinity through the quantum processor of your being. And can you perceive also within every cell of your body, within the nucleus of every cell of your body, are more DNA strands microcosms of the macrocosm of your central strands. Allow yourself to perceive with more and more clarity their presence within the nucleus of every cell of your body. DNA strands that fill the cells within your head. Trillions of them. DNA strands that fill your arms, your hands, your neck, your shoulders. Feel the trillions of strands that fill your torso. Your hips, your legs, your feet. Tapping into and becoming conscious of their presence within you. The abundance of them within you. Root strands of information within you. trillions and trillions of them that fill you from head to toe. And leaving a light awareness with these strands, you are going to bring the rest of your awareness to your pineal gland energy center within your head. And you are going to allow yourself to feel this center within you. The space it occupies within you. And using your will, your imagination, your attention, you are going to begin to light up this energy center with the internal light, the luminosity within you that comes from every cell of your body. That vibrant life force of light that gives you expression and energy. That vital light of existence beginning to fill this energy center, to light it up as if it were a bulb, becoming brighter and brighter within you. Lighter and lighter. So much light within this center. Feel your whole head beaming with the light from this center. The bright spark of vitality lighting it up.
And when it is as bright as you can make it, allow even more light to come in, moving beyond the limitations of what you believe brightness is. Feel it becoming more potent, more bright, more white, a higher light, life force light. So much light that if you opened your eyes, it would blind you. True light. And feel its warmth, its power, its spark. And it is now time to take this spark of life force, luminosity, and use it to spark up the 12 strands of DNA at our central core. So you are now going to draw this spark out of your head and down into the center of the earth, and bring it to the tip of the 5D Earth star octahedron. And when you are ready, you are going to begin to draw this spark up the first DNA strand, spiraling up and up, sparking and waking it up. And you're going to spiral it all the way up until you finish at the source star. Off you go. And as you reach the end, feel this first strand. Sparkling, awake, ready to communicate. And you are now going to draw down the spark from source star in a spiral down at the second DNA strand, all the way down to the Earth star. And feel strands 1 and 2 lit up, sparked up, communicating. And now you're going to draw up the third strand. So raising that spark from the Earth star up and up and up, sparking that third strand in a spiral all the way to the source star. And as the spark lands at the source star, feel 3 strands within you, sparkling, lit up, communicating. And it is now time to draw down that spark in a spiral, lighting and waking up the 4th strand of DNA all the way to the Earth star. And as that spark arrives at the Earth star, feel 4 strands running through your central core, sparked, igniting and communing with one another. And now from the Earth star, that spark rises up, spiraling through the 5th DNA strand, rising and awaking and igniting this strand all the way to the source star. And as this spark lands at the source star, feel 5 strands enlivened, fired up, and communicating within you. And now that spark descends in a spiral down the 6th DNA strand, all the way down until it arrives at the Earth star. And as it lands at the Earth star, feel this sparkling alignment of connection with DNA. And now this spark begins to rise up the 7th strand, waking, firing, and activating this strand with its spark in a spiral formation, up and up, all the way till it arrives at the source star. And as it arrives at source star, Feel 7 strands illuminated and sparkling in connection with one another. And now the spark descends once again, spiraling down the 8th DNA strand to illuminate and vitalize it all the way down to the Earth star. And arriving at the Earth star, feel 8 strands through your central core, fired up and sparking in connection to one another. And now this spark rises from the Earth star, a spiraling activation through the 9th DNA strand, rising and rising through it, all the way up to Source Star. And in landing at the Source Star, feel those 9 strands sparkling, lit up in communion. and drawing down that spark once again in a spiraling geometry down and down the 10th DNA strand to wake it up, all the way down to the Earth star. And as it lands at the Earth star, feel 10 DNA strands lit up and invigorated with connection. And ascending that spark once again up the spiral, this time of the 11th DNA strand, lighting and enlivening it to wakefulness. A spiral motion ascending all the way to the source star. And upon arrival at the source star, feeling the connection of 11 DNA strands, invigorated and awake. And finally, taking the spark on its last spiral downwards through the 12th DNA strand, lighting and sparking, firing up this strand on its journey towards the Earth star. And as it arrives at its Earth star destination, let yourself feel fully and wholly the 12 DNA strands that run through your central core, awake, alight, communicating, in tune and aligned with one another. And feel how those trillions of DNA strands within every nucleus of every cell of your body begins to respond, to commune in relationship to these activated and sparkling 12 strands of DNA within your central core. Trillions and trillions of strands communicating, lighting up, firing up, sparking, connecting. Each strand communicating with all of the others. A network of spark-like information. Light information. Igniting the ancient, intrinsic and natural blueprint of your body and your being. And as the strands communicate in light, feel the cells themselves absorbing this blueprint, this true lineage of who you are. Every cell responding. Your whole body changing, waking as if from the deepest of sleeps into the brightest dawn of a new day. Feeling your cells flooding with this divine and natural blueprint of genetic information. Intuition igniting within every cell of your body, knowing, wisdom, inner standing, heightened awareness, divine geometry, a higher code, feel this knowledge seeping into every fiber of your being. Feeling yourself ascending in consciousness, expanding in consciousness. Total activation. Strand DNA communication.